Hello, everyone. Welcome to yoga. We're back at it. This is your GCC Wellness Yoga weekly yoga class. I'm Ariane, and thanks for showing up. Let's get started. We're going to start with an easy cross-legged position. I'm going to turn that fan off so we can get quiet here for a minute. Yes, that's good. So just take note of which leg you have in front in your cross-legged position, and situate your shoulders right over your pelvis. You can have your hands at the center or palms up at the knees, whatever feels right for you. You can have a hand on your heart and on your belly. Whatever feels good. We're going to take a few minutes just to drop into our practice and drop into our body. So go ahead and close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Maybe let it sigh out. It's amazing how that sigh, that exhale, you can already feel your shoulders dropping and your weight releasing into the floor, into the mat. A couple more releasing exhales. And now just kind of focus on your natural rhythmic breathing pattern. Notice the small movements of your body, the rise and fall of the chest and belly, the expansion of the lungs, the rib cage. Maybe you start to feel little other tiny movements in your head, your face, your pelvis, your hips release. Just let it all happen. And let's just do a little patterned breathing. We're going to inhale for a count of 3 and exhale for a count of 5, all through the nose. So inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last time. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Return to your normal breathing pattern. And we do that elongated exhale to tap into our parasympathetic nervous system, which is the nervous system that controls our fight, flight, freeze, reactivity, and it calms our body and brings us into a state of equilibrium. So that exhale is always something you can return to when you're feeling anxious or activated. Just by lengthening your exhale, you can change your nervous system and get yourself back to center. Go ahead and bring your focus back to the room, and let's just do a nice, taking the hands to the knees. Inhale, arch, look up, chin to the ceiling, and exhale, round, look down, scooping the belly button into the spine, tilting the pelvis. Big breath in, looking up. Exhale, big breath out. Continue this. In your own time. Squeezing all that stale air out of the body on that exhale. You can even visualize just getting those corners of the breath, the corners of the body, all the crevices, getting that breath moving, activating the life force in the body with this deep, luscious breathing pattern. Last one. And just because it feels so good, take the ribcage to the right, forward, left, back. Stir it up. All the way around, 3 times to the right. And 3 times to the left. Dropping those shoulders, articulating through the rib cage, keeping those sits bones nice and anchored into the mat. Good. And let's take that right arm all the way up. On the inhale, exhale, walk the left arm out on along your mat. See if you can get that elbow to start to inch its way down towards the mat. Don't let your right sits bones come off the mat. Try to really root the sits bones down. Drop the right shoulder. Look under the right armpit. And also try to not let that shoulder roll forward. You want to open up the chest. Breathe here. And pushing that hand into the mat, bring yourself back to neutral. Try the other side. Inhale, the left arm up. Walking the right arm out. Elbow inches its way down towards the mat. Rooting the opposite hip, dropping the left shoulder, looking under that armpit. With each exhale, see if you can release a little deeper. And pushing into the mat to recover. Take both arms up on the next inhale. Look up and find the length through the waistline, through the rib cage. Exhale. Let's come forward about 6 inches. Take the hands to the floor in front of you. Inhale, lengthen the spine like you're shooting energy out and forward. And then on the exhale, walk those hands forward and release the head all the way down. And we're just going to hang out here for a minute. Big sigh. Shake the head no. Shake the head yes. Whew. Take the right hand, swing it back so that the fingertips are behind behind you. And then take your forehead over to the right knee. Root the left hip down and lift the belly button towards the spine. You should feel a great stretch in the lower left back. Just breathe here. Swing that right arm forward and then the left arm back. Keep the forehead down. Reach it towards the left knee. Root the right hip and engage the belly button towards the spine. Feel the opening of that lower right back area. Breathe into it. Swing that left arm back to the front and walk those hands out. Good. Go ahead and open up the leg slightly so that the lower leg is on the mat. Take the hands behind the pelvis, fingertips forward. We're going to inhale, squeeze the shoulders behind us, chin to chest. On the exhale, we're going to press the pelvis up off the mat and release the head back. Breathe here. Try not to sink into your shoulders. Push out of the shoulders, press the pelvis forward, glutes are activated. When you're ready, slowly come out of this. Extend the legs and shake them out. Give them a little bounce, a little roll, a little rock, maybe even a little massage. And just right here, let's take the hands, flex those feet, take the hands out along the legs. Inhale. Exhale, reach forward along that diagonal. See how you can feel that stretch along the inner thigh. Hold that, just breathe right here. And release the hands down in front of you and then release the torso slowly forward. Down, heavy torso, heavy head. Keep the feet flexed. Breathe and exhale. If it feels good to you to give yourself a little sway, gentle sway here, right and left, I invite you to do that. And maybe you can sway your way up back to sitting and then cross the legs with the opposite leg in front. Good. Both arms come up on the inhale. Exhale, we come forward about 6 inches. Hands come to the floor. We inhale, we lengthen like we're shooting the energy up and out and forward. We walk the hands forward and we let the torso drop, heavy head, big sigh. Shake the head no. Shake the head yes. Take the left hand behind you. Forehead goes to the left knee. Root the right hip. Engage the belly. Feel the opening up of that lower right back. Feel it expand. Swoop that left hand forward, right hand back. Try the other side. Forehead goes to the right knee. Left hip drops. Abs are engaged. Arms come forward and you walk those hands slowly back up to sitting. Open up your cross legs a little bit wider. Hands come behind the pelvis, fingertips forward. Inhale, squeeze those shoulders together behind you, chin to chest. Exhale, press the pelvis forward and let the head go back. Now your pelvis does not come off the ground very far. It doesn't have to be a huge movement to be a very huge stretch. Breathe into the tightness. And release. Good. Go ahead and shake those legs out again in front of you. Shake them out, shake them out, shake them out. Good. Take the left leg forward and the right leg, we're gonna bring the thigh to the chest, and then we're gonna cross the foot over the opposite thigh. I'm gonna go ahead and just hold my shin with my right arm as I lift the left arm up. Now, as I lift the left arm up, that engages my spine and I can then take a nice inhale. As I exhale, I'm gonna release the right hand away and I'm gonna take the left elbow to the outside of the right knee. And I'm gonna take my right arm back behind me and just look over that right shoulder. Notice that my left foot is engaged and flexed. Breathe here. Good. And when you're ready, coming back, go ahead and bring that foot to the inside of the thigh. And if you can, extend that leg. And just hold on to it. You can hold on to the ankle. Maybe you want to do a few ankle circles here. I'm going to go ahead and grab the bottom of my foot. You can also grab your toe or your ankle. And I'm just going to do a nice twist again, opening up the body to the right. So now we're getting that hamstring stretch in addition to the spinal twist. Both feet are flexed. Breathe. And bring that hand around, walk your hands up the thigh as you bring that down. And let's take the left knee to the chest, sitting nice and tall. Cross it over. Take the right arm up. Nice big inhale as you lengthen, and then exhale, bring the elbow to the outside of that knee. Slide the left fingertips back along your mat and look over your left shoulder. Remember, both feet are flexed. Breathe. Moving back to neutral. Bring that foot back to the inside of the thigh and see if you can extend that leg. Hold wherever you need to hold, just don't hold behind the knee. All right, we're gonna grab hold of the arch or the toe with the right hand. And then we're gonna open up that twist, looking over the left shoulder. Breathe here. Keep that bottom foot engaged. I just realized I had let that go. And that really changes the stretch. So keep both feet nice and flexed, belly engaged. And then twist back, walking that hand up the thigh, bringing it down. Beautiful. Let's swing the legs behind us and come into prayer pose. So we're just going to drop the pelvis down over the ankles and rest the forehead on the floor. Let's take a nice few deep breaths here. In through the nose and out through the nose. Prayer pose is a great home base if you ever need to come here during class. This is a great place to reconnect, recenter, and surrender. No need to worry or work here. And coming all the way up onto all fours, we're gonna arch, look up. And round, look down. Cat-cow breath is the bread and butter of yoga. If you do nothing but cat-cow, you've done something really good for your body. Really squeezing the air out on that exhale. Big, luscious, deep breaths in. Beautiful. All right, we're gonna take one arm off the mat. I'm gonna take my right arm off the mat. I'm gonna open up the chest, send my elbow to the ceiling. Inhale, exhale, I'm gonna cross the elbow across my body and tuck it over towards my left hip bone. Inhale, open up that elbow. See how far you can get the elbow to lift. Exhale, cross the body and reach the elbow towards that opposite hip. Let's just do this a few more times. We're getting the spine activated in a little bit of a different twisting motion. Adding the breath, of course. Last time. Big opening of the chest. Exhale, cross the body and reach the elbow towards the hip. Place the hands down on the mat. Come into prayer pose, and then let's take the hands over to the right and see if we can get that side body stretch. And then over to the left for the opposite side body stretch. Coming back to neutral, back into all fours, we're going to take the left hand to the side of our head. We're going to inhale, open up the rib cage. Woo! My elbow doesn't get very far on this side. Exhale, tuck the elbow across the torso and aim the elbow towards the right hip. Inhale, open. Pressing the right hand into the mat. Exhale, squeeze and twist. 3 more. And coming back to neutral. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and step the right foot forward. Coming up vertical. You can tuck your toe behind you or you can extend the toe, whatever feels good to you. We're going to inhale and take the arms all the way up. Make sure the pelvis is forward. You don't want to be on your knee. You want that stretch of the left front thigh. Arms come up. And then let's take the hands to prayer and just send them to the nape of the neck. So the fingertips are pointing down your spine. Open up the shoulders. I'm sorry, the elbows. Look up. And breathe here. Beautiful. Take those arms out to cactus. See if you can really get those elbows back. Inhale. On the exhale, press the pelvis back, flex the front foot, and lay your torso over your shin. Breathe here. This is where it might be helpful to tuck those back toes. Take the hands to the inside of that right foot. Lift that right foot off the mat all the way around and back. Set your hands up so they're nice and level. Untuck that toe and let's take a nice tuck in, knee to nose, and then extend that leg out. Knee to nose, extend, coming back to neutral. 3 more. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Go ahead and come down, tuck the toes behind you, walk the hands back. Switch your weight gently on your heels, take the hands up and shake those wrists out, top to bottom. One more time. Beautiful, let's come on back. This time we're gonna send the left leg forward. Let the pelvis kind of release forward. We're not dumping though. Yeah, we're holding the core right here. Take a nice deep breath in, arms come up. You look up. And then when you're ready, palms come together. Inverted prayer, elbows go back. And breathe. Opening up the elbows to cactus. Send the chest to the ceiling. Take a nice deep breath in. Arms come up as you press the pelvis back over the heel of the back foot. Hands come to either side of the left foot. And you release your torso over that left shin. The left hand comes over to the inside of that foot. Lift the heel off the mat. Send it all the way back. Reset your hands so that they're even and level. Inhale, knee to nose. Tuck the belly. Exhale, stomp that back wall with your heel. 4 more. Thoughtful and conscious breathing here. And release. Tuck those toes. Sit back on your heels. Shake out those wrists. Beautiful. All right, I'm gonna grab my blocks and I'm gonna sit on my knees. You can sit cross-legged, you can stand. We're gonna do our pranayama, 20 breaths. We reach up on the inhale and look up. And we exhale, bringing the hands down through heart center. This is the time where we reconnect with our life force, our anchor, which is our breath. 20 breaths, whatever time that you want. Ready, begin. One more. On that last one, interlace the fingers at the top. Send the palms to the ceiling. Ooh, stretch the palms up. Walk the shoulders up the ladder one at a time. And release, keeping that expansive space. Good. All right, go ahead and grab some water. Let's come to standing. All right. Let's come to the back of our mat. We're gonna do a roll down into plank. And then we'll get into down dog. And maybe we'll do some very simple sun salutation to get us back into our flow. So let's take a nice deep breath in, sweeping the arms up, looking up. Exhale, open up the arms as you bring the chin to the chest, and then roll down vertebrae by vertebrae. Slowly, slowly, each part of the back articulating all the way forward into a forward fold. And let's just hang out here in a forward fold for a second. Play around, shake the knees, shake the head, wag the tail. Heavy arms. Just give yourself a little gentle bounce here. And then when you're ready, lengthen the back of the knees. And maybe hang with your hands in your elbows in your hands. Take a deep breath here. And release the elbows, walking the hands forward. Let's come into our down dog. We're reaching the heels towards the mat. We may not get them connected with the mat, but we're stretching them towards the mat. If you want here, you can tread the knees lightly. Lift the heels. Pressing out of the hands. Opening the upper back. Let's take 3 breaths here in down dog. And then when you're ready, we're going to do a nice articulated spine from the lower back all the way through the mid back and the upper back into our plank. We're going to hold this plank nice and strong. Try to drop the booty so we're not up here like in a tent. We want that straight line. Bend the knees. Cover the knees just above the mat and then press back into down dog. Breathe in down dog. We're going to do that again. Rolling through the spine, lower back, mid back, upper back, head and neck. Find your plank. Breathe here. Cover the knees. Cover the knees just above the mat and press back. Down dog. Breathe in down dog. Last time. Rolling through the spine. Into our plank. Covering the knees. And into down dog. Let's lift the right leg up in the air and open up the hips. Stack the right hip on top of the left. And let the foot kind of fall. Just open it up. Don't worry about the shoulders really right here. Square the hips back up. Extend that leg. And bring the knee to the right shoulder. Send it back. And then bring the knee to the left, elbow, not shoulder. And send it back. And then bring the knee forward and step forward onto that foot. Drop the back heel. And let's come into warrior one. Finding your warrior one. Hips are squared forward as much as they can be. Pinky side of the left foot is rooting down towards the mat. Chest is lifted. Knee of the right leg is right above the right ankle. Beautiful. Good. Now go ahead and see if from here you can just lift that back heel off the mat. Coming into crescent. And feel how that automatically stretches the front thigh. Go opening the arms for a twist here. Kind of like we did earlier with the leg extension, but here we're doing it in our lunge. Looking over that right shoulder. Bring that right arm back to center. Place the hands on the mat. And send that right leg back into down dog. Let's breathe in down dog. Lifting the left leg up. Stack the left hip on top of the right. Maybe look under that left armpit. And then let the foot kind of fall. Opening up the hip. Square the hips off, extend the leg, flex the foot, bring the knee to the left elbow, and send it back. Knee to right elbow, send it back. Knee center and step forward, drop the back heel, and come into warrior one. On the opposite side. Pinky side of the right foot is rooting towards the mat. Hips are as square as we can get them. Shoulders are dropped. We're going to lift that back heel off the mat, which helps us square the hips even more. We're in crescent pose. We're going to open up the body to the left. Looking over the left shoulder. Breathe. Bringing that left arm back to center. Hands come to the mat. Step that left leg back. Into down dog. Let's breathe here in down dog. And then you can walk your feet or jump your feet to your hands back to forward fold. And then bending the knees slightly. Roll through vertebrae by vertebrae. Back to standing. Beautiful. Let's do a few balancing poses. We'll start with eagle pose. I'm gonna lift my right leg across my left. And if I can, I'm gonna see if I can just tuck those toes behind my calf. If you can't do that, just try to reach the toes back. I'm gonna sit into my standing leg. And my arms are coming up and forward. And then I'm going to take my right arm under my left to do a little wrap here. So we have eagle arms in eagle pose and lift those elbows up. Breathe here. just as an added challenge, let's keep the eagle arms as we lift out of that pose and come into tree. So the leg, the bottom of the foot presses towards the inside of the thigh. And then when you're ready, undo those arms and come into tree. Usually we do tree into eagle. Usually today we did eagle into tree. It's a whole new challenge. Coming out of it gracefully is always an added challenge. Let's try the other side. So the left leg comes across the right thigh. The toes try to tuck. The left arm comes, we come into like a nice chair arm, sitting back. Then the left arm comes down and around. Palms are reaching towards each other, elbows lifted. Keeping the eagle arms, you release the leg and place it in tree position. And then when we're ready, release those eagle arms and come into tree arms. And release. Wonderful. Grab some water. Let's make our way down to our mat. I want to do a few, as we call them, glutes and guts. So let's come in and do some bridges for our glute work. Hands down by our sides, feet flat on the mat. We're going to inhale. On the exhale, we're going to lift the pelvis off the mat into our bridge. And stay here for a few breaths, just really engaging those glutes. Let's inhale as we lower the pelvis. Exhale as we press it back up. 5 of these. Again, I want you to match the inhale with the dropping of the pelvis and the exhale with the lifting of the pelvis, and the breath should match the movement perfectly. Well, not perfectly, nothing's perfectly, but as evenly as possible. So as soon as you need to inhale, you're dropping the pelvis, and as soon as you need to exhale, you're pressing the pelvis up. Next time you find yourself in bridge pose, go ahead and hold. We're going to lift the right leg off the ground and extend it. So the knees are level, but the right leg is extended. And replace that leg onto the mat. Now extend the left leg. Knees are level with each other. Flex that left foot. And replace it down. Other side, right leg extends. And replace it. Left leg extends. And replace it. Good. Now lift the glutes a little higher. Little higher. Little higher. Little higher. With each exhale, and release the pelvis all the way down. Hug the knees to the chest. Circle those knees, give your lower back a massage. Good. Taking the feet flat on the ground, arms above the head. We're gonna inhale here. On the exhale, we're gonna bring the arms forward, up, all the way to sitting. And then we're gonna lean back and open. Come forward, lean back, open. Come forward and lower. Inhale, arms come up above the head. Exhale, peel your upper body off the mat, come all the way to sitting. Now lean back and open the arm. Come back to sitting. Lean back, open the other arm. Back to sitting. Peel yourself back down to the mat. Arms above the head. Exhale, peeling ourselves up. Now we're not using momentum on any of this. We're using the control of our core and our breath. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, slowly with control, come all the way to sitting. And lean back and open. Inhale, exhale, open. Inhale, exhale, all the way down. Inhale, last time. Exhale, peeling off the mat all the way up. Inhale, exhale, lean back, open. Inhale, exhale, lean other side. Inhale, sit up. Exhale, slowly, slowly, slowly lower. Inhale, arms above the head. Go ahead and let the knees fall to the right and to the left. Good. Bringing ourselves back. Feet flat on the ground. We're going to take our hands to our head. We're going to inhale, elbows back. On the exhale, we're going to bring our upper body off the mat to the broad line. We're going to inhale here. And then we're going to exhale and reach a little higher past those thighs and recover. Elbows back. Exhale, halfway up. Inhale, exhale, further up. Inhale down. Exhale, halfway up. Inhale a little further and release. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, reach. Inhale, recover. Exhale, halfway. Inhale, exhale, reach and recover. Good. Now we're going to bring the upper body off the floor. Inhale here, exhale up. And we're going to lift those feet off the mat. Inhale, exhale, crunch the elbows to the knees. Inhale, just come to this kind of open position. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, don't go all the way down. Exhale, crunch, two more. Open. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, open. Exhale, crunch. Now you can release the elbows and the head and the feet down to the ground. Again, let those knees fall right and left. Soles of the feet together. Take the arms above the head. Inhale, on the exhale, peel yourself up to sitting. That's a little harder than I thought. Coming all the way up. Those soles of the feet are still together. Go ahead and let your elbows kind of press the knees open and release the head down. And let's tuck the left leg under and the right leg over. And see if you can stack those knees, one right on top of the other. Now that's gonna be, for some people like me, it's gonna activate the hips. So this is a really good stretch for me just sitting here. If you wanna go deeper, you can take the forehead forward or to either side. I'm just gonna stay right here. I'm really trying to drop my hips down as I lift out of the pelvis. Uncross and then recross. Get the opposite knee on top. See if you can stack those knees. You want both sits bones on the ground. Okay, uncross. Good. Extend the right leg. Left foot comes to the inside of the thigh, sitting nice and tall. Flex that right foot. Inhale, look up, reach up. Exhale, fold the torso forward over that leg. Grab hold of the foot if you can. And release. Walking the hands slowly back up, switch legs. This is one of my favorite stretches. Love to end the class this way. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, fold the torso over that leg. Release. Walking the hands back up to sitting. Swing yourself around onto your back one more time. Go ahead and cross your left leg over your right, like you're sitting sort of ladylike at a tea table. Let the knees fall to your right. Try to keep both shoulders on the mat, looking over your left shoulder for a spinal twist. When you're ready, bring those knees back to center, uncross, recross with the other leg. Let the knees fall to the left and look over your right shoulder. You want your hands at shoulder height, palms down. And recover. Go ahead and open up those legs. Grab hold of the outside of the foot with both hands and come into happy baby. See how, if you can, keep that lower back on the mat. Maybe rock back and forth here. Do what feels good. Release the feet. Inhale, stretch the body. Toes away from the fingertips. Inhale and hold your breath at the top of that inhale. Squeeze everything. Squeeze your fists, your feet, your shoulders, your glutes, your core, your legs, your toes. Hold it, squeeze, 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 and then exhale, shoot. Remove the tongue from the roof of the mouth, swallow. Stick out the tongue, say, ah. And find your way into Shavasana, deep relaxation. And I'll put on a piece of music for us. You can stay in Shavasana for as long as you want. Otherwise, you can bring yourself back to a seated position, hands at heart center, and we will seal our practice today with gratitude. Always gratitude. As hard as it is sometimes to be grateful, but we are so lucky to have these bodies, to have this time that we can give to our bodies to stretch and to strengthen and to play and to discover. And we are grateful for this yoga practice, and I'm grateful for you. The spirit in me salutes the spirit in you. Namaste. See you next time.